Hey YouTube, this is EverythingEpan here, and today we are going to be doing a Madden 17 rebuilding video, rebuilding the Cleveland Browns. This was requested in my previous rebuild with the Chicago Bears, and this team is quite awful. I don't even know where I'm going to start with this team. So, I mean, obviously I'm not really too sure what I'm going to do, what trades I'm going to do. But, yeah, this team has just been just disgusting the last how many years. I don't get what the heck their problem is. They can't seem to win whatsoever. So, yeah, this will be quite a fun rebuild we have to do here. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this rebuild here. So we're going to pull up our league here with the Cleveland Browns starting out in the preseason here, and let's go ahead and check out the roster here heading into this rebuild. So looking at the team here, it's a whole lot of garbage. Lots of these people are probably going to be traded because this team is absolutely disgusting. Defense is god-awful other than Jamie Collins. I didn't even know Tremont Williams was still on the team. Joe Hayden's down to a 79 overall. He's definitely getting traded. I don't care that he has quick development. He's definitely getting traded. We're just going to do an absolute complete rebuild, and we'll see what we do here in these trades coming up here. So here, this is kind of a random trade. We're trading Joe Hayden, RG3, and I think it's Cam Johnson for Sheldon Richardson and Ryan Fitzpatrick. The only reason I traded for Ryan Fitzpatrick is because they would have been negative in the cap. So Ryan Fitzpatrick's immediately going to be released. That was just to make this trade go a little bit smoother without having anything happen. So we got Sheldon Richardson on the roster, so that's kind of nice to get that out of the way and get RG3 out of here. So here we're trading Terrell Pryor, Josh Gordon, and John Greco for Jadeveon Clowney and a 5th round pick next year from the Texans. So getting a nice upgrade on our D-line here with Sheldon Richardson and Jadeveon Clowney. So let's go ahead and make some more trades here. So here we're trading Gary Barnage and Stephen Paya for Brandon Marshall from the Broncos. That was trade that I did not expect to go through, so nice little upgrade for our linebacking core. Okay, so here we are trading Desmond Bryant, Tremont Williams, and a 3rd round pick this year for Dayon Buchanan and a 1st round pick next year from the Cardinals. So I'm definitely alright with this trade. We're going to move Dayon to strong safety or free safety, whichever one needs it the most, and I think we only have a couple more trades left to do, and then we can go ahead and sim. So here I'm picking up in free agency Will Hill, Terrence Knighton, and Ian Williams, as well as Eugene Monroe to try and make some more trades here. Hoping to get a nice little superstar on the D-line and maybe moving one of them to linebacker, but I'll see if that happens. So here we are trading Will Hill, Emmanuel Ogbah, and a 2nd round pick this year for Khalil Mack from the Raiders. This team just keeps getting better and better on defense. So I think what we're going to do here is move probably Jadeveon Clowney to a linebacker, and we'd have a pretty stellar defense rolling here. So not sure what we're going to do yet here. Maybe I'll move Khalil Mack to linebacker. I don't know what we're going to do, but I think we got maybe 1 or 2, possibly 3 more trades, and then we can sim to the midseason mark. So here we are trading Terrence Knighton, Joe Thomas, and a 2nd round pick this year for Antonio Brown from the Steelers. So we got ourselves a wideout finally on the offense here. So now we're basically just looking for probably a cornerback or a safety or something like that, and then we should be good. So I'll see you guys if we make another trade. So here we're trading Eugene Monroe, Demario Davis, and Ian Williams for Rashad Jones from the Dolphins, and this should be my final trade unless I find a way to get some picks maybe or something. So I'll see you guys in a bit. So here we are trading Alvin Bailey, a 3rd round pick next year, and Isaiah Crowell for a 1st round pick this year and Jack Newhort. So we gave up an offensive lineman to get an offensive lineman. So it's a little weird there, but I think that should be one of our final trades. We're definitely going to need to do some work on our line next season, but we're not doing too bad here, of course. But so I'll do some final adjustments, and I'll see you guys then. So this is going to be the roster for season number 1. You see here, offensive line is probably our main concern, and tight end maybe if we decide to get one, or you know. But we traded for Antonio Brown, traded away Isaiah Cordell, so we got Cody Kessler as our quarterback here. And on the defense, this defense is just looking pretty stellar. Just need to work on our cornerbacks, and we should be good to go. This is a pretty stellar defense, may I say. So we're going to go ahead and sim to the midseason mark, and I will see you guys then. So at the midseason mark, we are 1-7 here. Yeah, with this kind of a defense, I'm surprised that we're 1-7, but I can tell that with not that great of a quarterback, I mean, I can understand, but at the same time, this team is not that bad. I mean, I guess it's nice to tank the first season and get a high draft pick, but we just lost by a point to the Jets, whatever. But I've seen worse. But I'm going to scout quick, and then we will head to the end of the season and see what our record is. It's a good thing I didn't seem to make season mark, so I still got to sign Rashad Jones, and I might sign Austin Pastor. I don't know how to say his name. Not too sure, but other than that, everybody else can probably go. So let's go ahead and see if we can get Rashad Jones back. So Rashad Jones accepts. So at the end of season number 1, of course, didn't make the playoffs, and we finished 2-14. So we really tanked season number 1 here, and you see lots of confidence being drawn out here. And of course, why does Luis Vasquez keep getting signed? I hate how I turned off Phil Roster, and yet it still likes to sign players for no apparent reason. So that really kind of triggers me. And Sammy Hill, what are you doing here? I don't need him either. But so let's go ahead and check out the stats here from season number 1. Cody Kessler, 3,100 yards, 18 touchdowns, 9 picks. Definitely not close for Rookie of the Year. Rushing, Duke Johnson, 900 yards and 7 touchdowns. Receiving, Corey Coleman, 600 yards, 3 touchdowns. Our receivers are just absolute, like, nothing happened. Of course, I mean, it's hard when you don't have a quarterback, but wow. Highest receiving yards was Antonio Brown with 800 yards, and he only had a touchdown. Wow. Blocking, sacks must have been horrendous. Not as bad as I thought it would be. Joel Bitonio letting up 17. Pastor letting up 11. Defense here, Brandon Marshall led our team in tackles with 127. Christian Kirksey with 122. Tackles for loss, 16 for Danny Shelton. 14 for Clomac. 13 for Sheldon Richardson. QB sacks, 11 for Jamie Collins. 9.5 for Jadeveon Clowney. And 8 for Sheldon Richardson. Only 5.5 for Clomac. What the heck? Interceptions, 6 from Rashad Jones, 4 from Brandon Marshall, leading the team here. Forced fumbles, 3 led the team from Clomac, 2 from Abraham Campbell, and 2 from Jamar Taylor. And fumble recoveries, only 3. 1 from Abraham, I don't know how to say his name, Abraham Campbell, Brandon Marshall, and Marcus Burley. And defensive touchdowns, I don't expect any, and we did not get any. So let's go ahead and check out awards here, yearly awards. MVP goes to Aaron Rodgers, and of course nobody clear up here for us. Coach of the Year goes to the Patriots coach Griffin Murphy. And then AFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Tom Brady. Don't expect any Browns up here. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Benardrick McKinney of the Texans, and I do not expect any Browns up here. And you see Barkevius Mingo's up here. He used to be a Brown. Offensive Rookie of the Year does go to Cody Kessler. Wow. I did not expect him to get Offensive Rookie of the Year. Corey Coleman coming in 7th, and Seth DeVal coming in 9th. So not expecting that at all. And Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Joey Bosa. Brian Bobby Calhoun, our cornerback, got 3rd. So that's pretty interesting there. Brady, best quarterback. Best running back, Le'Veon Bell. Best receiver, Demaryius Thomas. Best O-line, Marshall Yanda. Jarrell Casey, best D-line. Barkevius Mingo wins best linebacker. Best DB to Malcolm Butler, Rashad Jones, and number 3 here. Best kicker, we're not there. So pretty interesting how that turned out. We were 32nd in offense, I saw there. But let's see how much XP did we get here with Kessler. 23K. So not a lot, but I mean, I guess it's a decent amount. So I don't know why Marcus Burley. Pretty sure this was another auto sign, and of course it is. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. But what's Body Calhoun got for XP? Only 3K. So just gonna upgrade Kessler here real quick and see what his XP is. So Kessler here is up to an 80 overall after upgrading, and honestly I'm probably just gonna leave everybody else alone and not upgrade and wait for next season to do so. So yeah, that's really it for there. So I'm gonna go ahead and sim to the off season, and I will see you guys then to re-sign some of our players. So I'm actually not going to re-sign anybody, so I'm just going to go ahead and advance to the first stage of the off-season and free agent signings here. So I don't know if there'll be any good free agents out there. I guess we'll have to see, but we'll see. We have quite a bit of cap room to work with here, as well as Martellus Bennett, the top player out here. So really, not many people out here. I'm probably not going to target anybody, honestly. So probably just going to head into the draft and see who we can find there. So in the draft here, we have the 2nd overall pick, as well as the 13th and the 20th overall picks, and then we have I thought we had a 2nd rounder here. Oh man, we must have. I think we traded that. Yeah, we definitely must have traded our 2nd rounder. So let's go ahead, and I'm not going to trade up, so I don't know who I'm exactly going to select here. Let's see who the Jaguars pick here with the 1st overall pick, and they take a left end. So we're going to go ahead and check out and see who we got here that we could draft. We could draft a quarterback, Brody Thigpen, or we could stick with Cody Kessler. I'm not really too sure what I want to do here for a quarterback situation yet. So here we're trading down a spot to the 3rd overall pick, trading my pick, and I had to throw a 6th in there because it was like barely not accepted for a 1st and a 2nd this year and a 1st next year from the Raiders. So we'll see if they shouldn't take a quarterback. So if they don't take a quarterback, then we should be okay. They take a wide receiver. So honestly, I might trade this pick down as well if anybody else is interested in giving me any picks. So we got some options here. We got the Seahawks. We got the Bears down here as well. And I'm probably going to trade with the Bears. I'm going to trade with the Bears, get the 15th overall pick. That's a risky move because there are quarterbacks on the roster, and they're probably likely going to take one, and they take a right end. So we drop down to the we got the 13th overall pick. So I'm going to check out the draft board quick. So both quarterbacks were taken. The Broncos and the Niners ended up picking them up. So and I don't think there's any quarterbacks that are in the 1st round. I'm pretty sure they aren't. So I think my corner just might have went off the board too. I don't think he might have. No, he didn't. But I don't think I'm going to select one of these corners either. I might trade for one as well. So really, I don't even think I'm going to pick anybody, honestly, in this draft. I'm probably just going to trade all my picks away. So I'll see what happens. So I'm going to be trading my 13th overall pick with the Ravens for a 1st next year, a 2nd this year, and a 5th next year. So I'm just not really thinking about picking anybody right now. And I'm going to trade this pick away as well. We're going to trade away with the Falcons probably. Yep, we're going to trade away with the Falcons here and get their 1st, 2nd next year. So we're just gathering up picks here. And hopefully some of my players are on the board here still. So I'm going to trade with the Jaguars to get their 1st round and their 3rd round next year, as well as a 7th. So there's really nothing else interesting about the draft. I traded the rest of my picks away. So here we are with our team here for season number 2 before the trading. So I still am really mad about how they're auto-signing players. Now I can understand Will Tye being one because it's a tight end that we need, but it's auto-signed some fullbacks that it didn't need to, and I can't cut that. Oh, I could cut Zach Line since it's that, but I mean, like, I don't want this Alexander guy. I mean, why did they sign him? Because now if I cut him, I would get a cap penalty. And then Bryce Butler at wide receiver, I didn't want to sign him, so now of course there's a cap penalty on him as well. So there's multiple players on here that were signed that I don't need, but they signed anyway because they thought I needed them, and I was planning on trading for players anyway. So I mean, I don't know why they thought that was funny to do that, but whatever. We'll see if we make some trades here. If not, I will see you guys at the mid-season mark. So this isn't really too important. This is just to get rid of Bryce Butler and Andrew Hawkins, getting just them out of here because of cap reasons. Just trading for a 7th round pick, so nothing really big there. So here we are trading C.J. Wilson, I believe it is, a 2nd and a 3rd this year for Chris Harris from the Broncos. That upgrades our cornerback spot very, very nicely. So now I think we just need to upgrade our offensive line, and we should be good to go. So here we're trading a 2nd and a 3rd this year for Justin Poe and Weston Richburg. So that upgrades our offensive line, and we are going to go for one more lineman, and then we should be done. So here we're trading a 2nd round pick and DeAndre or something, Wesley, a right tackle, for Zach Martin from the Cowboys, and that should conclude our trading. Maybe one more, I'm not too sure. So here we are trading Cameron Irving and a 1st and a 2nd this year for Odell Beckham Jr. from the Giants. So that definitely will conclude our trading here, and this team is looking absolutely insane. Check this out. So we got Cody Kessler, quarterback. We got Duke Johnson here. We also got Antonio Brown and Odell Beckham. And then we got Corey Coleman in the slot here. Line is definitely upgraded a lot. We got Will Tye now at tight end. Apparently the CPU signed him in free agency. And then on the defense, just added Chris Harris. So this team's looking really, really nice. Just hoping Cody Kessler will perform now that he has 2 stellar receivers, and then Corey Coleman, a decent receiver in the slot, and he's got a good line to protect him now. So we should be good to go now, and we're going to go ahead and sim to the midseason mark, and I will see you guys then. So at the midseason mark, we are 5-3, way much of an improvement from last year. And are we leading the division? Yes, we are. We just beat the Bengals, so that was a clutch win by us, and we are reeling in some XP as well. So we need to re-sign Khalil Mack, it looks like, as well as Antonio Brown and Odell Beckham and Deion Buchanan and Sheldon Richardson and Jadeveon Clowney and Joel Bitonio and Jack Mewhorn and Christian Kirksey. Oh my God! Whew. And how much cap room do we have? I think we can I think we can pull it out. I think we'll be able to pull it out. So Khalil Mack is returning. Let's get Antonio Brown back. Probably won't return. We'll see. Antonio Brown is good. Let's see if we can get Odell. He says yes. This is good. We're getting everybody back. Deion Buchanan will return. Sheldon Richardson is next. He says, like the contract length, but the rest of the offer needs work. Okay. Jadeveon Clowney is next. He should say yes to this. Yep, good to go. Joel Bitonio is next up. I forgot he had quick development. He's good. Jack Mewhort. Good. Christian Kirksey is next. We got a lot of players to re-sign here. He re-signs as well. Weston Richburg is our last one. and he says yes too. So we just got to work on, who was it? Sheldon Richardson. I don't think I gave him enough on the salary, but got everybody else back, so that is good. So I'm going to scout, and then we will sim to the playoffs, see if we make the playoffs in year number 2. So at the end of season number 2, we missed the playoffs. Where did we go? What was our record? 8-8. So we started out 5-3 and finished 8-8. Third in the division. I don't know if the Steelers made the playoffs or not, but the Bengals won the division at 10-6. That's a little bit disappointing with the way this roster is looking right now. But I mean, you know how Madden simulation goes, I guess. But let's go ahead and check out the stats here. Cody Kessler, better season than last year. 4,100 yards, 29 touchdowns, and 12 picks. Rushing, Duke Johnson, 1,200 yards and 11 touchdowns. A lot better season for him. Receiving, Will Tye led our team in catches with 79, had 700 yards and 6 touchdowns. Odell Beckham only with 800 yards and 7 touchdowns. Antonio Brown, though, 1,200 yards and 8 touchdowns. Corey Coleman with 900 yards, 4 touchdowns. Blocking, how many sacks were led up? 13 from Joel Bitonio, 5 from Zach Martin. So not too bad. Defense, Brandon Marshall led our team in tackles with 122. Christian Kirksey with 100. Tackles for loss would be 13 from Sheldon Richardson, 12 from Danny Shelton. QB sacks, 14.5 for Sheldon Richardson, 14 for Khalil Mack, 9 for Jamie Collins. Interceptions, 3 for Rashad Jones, led the team, 2 from Chris Harris right behind him. Forced fumbles here, 2 leading the team from Chris Harris, Jamie Collins, and Christian Kirksey. Fumble recoveries, 2 leading the team for Chris Harris. And then defensive touchdowns, we had 0. So let's go ahead and check out our yearly awards here. And Aaron Rodgers wins MVP here. No Patriots, of course, on here whatsoever. Coach of the Year goes to Mike McCoy of the Chargers. And then AFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Le'Veon Bell of the Steelers. Don't expect any Browns on here. There's Cody Kessler at number 8, I guess. I didn't expect him to be up here. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Justin Houston of the Chiefs, and no Browns on here whatsoever. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Brody Thigpen, the quarterback we could have drafted. Oh, that really hurts. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Devontae Conrath. No Browns. We didn't draft anybody. Wow, Brody Thigpen won Rookie of the Year. That bites. So here we are, 15th in offense and 5th in defense. Holy crap. How did we not make the playoffs? But I guess we're just going to go ahead and sim to the off season, and I'll see you guys then. So here we still do have Sheldon Richardson to re-sign here, and no other players really to re-sign for me as well on here. So let's see if we can bring him back. And wow, our cap room is really, really tight. Wow. We're barely going to get him back. But hopefully he accepts this offer, and he does. So we do get Sheldon Richardson back on a really low cap room here. So of course, we're going to go ahead and sim to the stage number 1 of the offseason. Of course, we really cannot sign anybody because we have less than $1 million in cap room. Yeah, we're negative actually, according to this. But nobody really out here, I guess, anyway. Drew Brees out here. Is that Trent Murphy, I believe? So really nobody out here, honestly. I mean, you know. So we're not really missing out whatsoever. So probably going to sim to the draft and see if we might draft maybe a player or two. If not, then we'll probably just keep the same roster that we've had before. So here in the draft, we're going to have quite a few picks here. The Jets with the first overall pick, though. So here we have the 2nd, 6th, 10th, 13th, 25th, 27th, and 30th. And then we have the 34th in the 2nd round. So might be looking to draft that quarterback because I really don't think Cody Kessler is going to do us any good. But I'll draft that quarterback anyway. Might start him. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. So we're going to advance to the next pick, and the Jets take a defensive tackle. So I don't think I'm really planning on taking anybody in the first round here, so I'm probably just going to trade this pick away to the Colts. Not for that, though. Definitely not going to accept that offer. So let me trade this pick quick. So here we're trading down one spot with the 49ers and picking up their second this year and a first next year as well. Hopefully they don't take the quarterback that's in the first round. I mean, he's projected to go in the late first round, so we'll see if they take him, and they do not. So pretty nice there, and we'll see if we get a good offer here. We might trade this pick away as well. Yeah, we're definitely going to trade this pick away, and we are going to trade it to the Broncos here for their 15th overall pick, as well as the first and the second next year. So hopefully that running back doesn't get taken within the next couple picks here, and I might have just second guessed on that. There goes another quarterback, or cornerback, linebacker, and please, they took him. Oh, darn it! I was going to take him, but I guess it really doesn't matter. We're going to trade this pick away as well. We're just going to keep waiting until this quarterback prospect pops up here. So the thing is, I traded that pick to the Bears, and they took the quarterback. I'm going to have to check out and see what his stats were like. I'm also going to have to check out that running back, Tolliver from the Vikings as well. So other than that, I'm basically probably just going to trade the rest of my draft away, so none of this will be interesting to you guys. So I'll see you guys after I'm done trading my picks. So this just popped out of nowhere. I just checked this out. I somehow got a running back that's 77 overall with quick development. His name's Gant Reeves, so I'm going to start him over Duke Johnson. That's weird. I did not expect that at all. So really this team is honestly just the same. I might trade for another corner, but where the heck did he come from? He's a 78 overall with quick as well. What the heck? CPU must have drafted some pretty decent players. What the wow. Huh. Alright, well, this is going to be the team here for season number 3 and the final season that I will do. So yeah, that's very interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and sim to the mid-season mark, and I'll see you guys then. So this is our final roster heading into season number 3. Not really much changed here. I need to make sure Gant Reeves is starting. Other than that, offense really unchanged other than running back. Defense unchanged as well. Make sure that cornerback is starting. So I'm just going to sim a week or two and make sure I can get... I'm going to upgrade Cody Kessler to quick development after simming through a week or two of the season, because really I need 300 more XP, and then I'm going to upgrade him to quick development. So hopefully he's there. He needs one more week. We're already getting a little preview on how we're doing. So we're 0-1 to start off, and probably 0-2. 1-1. Are we there yet? I think we are. Alright, so we're going to upgrade Cody Kessler real quick to quick development, and hopefully this will help. There we go, quick development. And now we can finally sim to the mid-season mark, and I will see you guys then. Hopefully we are doing good. At the mid-season mark, we are 2-4-1. I have no idea how this is possible, because look at this team. Like, seriously, how are we under 500 right now with this team? This just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But we're going to go ahead and sim to the playoffs, and hopefully we can pull something out and make the playoffs somehow. And of course, at the end of season number 3, we did not make the playoffs. I don't know how this is possible. I probably should have gotten a different quarterback. We went 6-9-1 with this roster? Are you serious? How is this humanly possible? Like, look, honestly, this isn't the greatest team I've ever had, but this roster is how talented. And I was going to save up their XP as well. Let's check out the stats here. This is insane. Cody Kessler, 3,700 yards, 23 touchdowns, 14 picks. Rushing, Gant Reeves, 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns. Not bad, but 6 fumbles is bad. And 7 fumbles for Duke Johnson. Jeez, what's up with their fumbles? Receiving, Odell Beckham just over 1,000 yards and 5 touchdowns. Antonio Brown with 900 yards, 4 touchdowns. Will Ty up there as well, 6 touchdowns. And Corey Coleman with 700 yards, 4 touchdowns. Blocking, how do we do there? 21 sacks for Joel Bitonio is quite a bit. 9 for Zach Martin as well. Defense, Brandon Marshall led our team in tackles 129. Christian Kirksey with 113. Jadeveon Clowney over 100 as well. Tackles for a loss, 16 apiece for Khalil Mack and Sheldon Richardson. 12 for Danny Shelton. QB sacks, 12 for Sheldon Richardson and Jadeveon Clowney. 11 for Khalil Mack. Interceptions, 5 for Chris Harris. 4 for Rashad Jones. 3 for Dayon Buchanan. Forced fumbles, 2 for Chris Harris and 2 for Matt Carvalho. And fumble recoveries, 1, only 3 total. 1 for Matt Carvalho, Brandon Marshall, and Victor Edebali. And then defensive touchdowns, I saw at least 3, and we get 2 from Dayon Buchanan and 1 from Victor Edebali. This is weird. 28th in offense. That is depressing with our offense. And we were 15th in defense, so we actually did a lot worse than last year. Russell Wilson wins MVP. Of course, nobody up here. There's Brody Thigpen, 93 overall quarterback. Probably should have taken him. Rex Ryan, winning coach of the year, and really these records. Highest record was 11-5. That's pretty surprising. AFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Andrew Luck and the 4-12 Colts. Tell me how that makes sense. No Browns on here. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Zach Brown of the Bills. No Browns on here, of course. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Gant Reeves, our running back. Got it. Jeremy Ditka. He's our backup quarterback. How did he get on here? And Parrish Hackett got on here as well. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Matt Carvalho. I believe that's our corner, if I'm not mistaken. So this was absolutely depressing. This team should have made the playoffs. So I actually did the outro in one of my clips of this video because I thought I was going to end it. But you know what? As I look here, we have no cap room to sign Zach Martin. But honestly, we have Zach Martin, Danny Shelton, and Duke Johnson to re-sign. Honestly, I can let him go, and I could probably try and trade back for him if whoever signs him, or I could trade for another lineman later on, and I could probably draft a new defensive tackle or grab somebody like Aaron Donald. And honestly, I could probably let everybody else go. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. So we are going to do a 4th season in this, and we better make the playoffs this year, I swear. There's be no reason that this team does not make the playoffs. So we're just going to advance. So we're letting Zach Martin go, which is a huge blow to our offensive line. But we could easily trade back for him with the picks that we have, or we could trade for a different offensive lineman. Maybe that's cheaper and similar overall. So of course, excuse me, we do not have any money to sign anybody in free agents. Marcus Peters is out there. Ooh. Marcus Peters, Joe Thomas, Byron Jones, Amari Cooper, Trey Flowers. This is a really good free agent class. Brandon Graham. Wow, this is actually a really, really good free agent class that we got rolling with here. But of course, we cannot get anybody, so we're going to go ahead and sim to the draft, and I'll see you guys then. So here in the draft, we have the 3rd overall pick, 6th, 8th, 11th, 14th, 19th, 26, 27, 28, and 32. And we also have 35, 36, 38, and 40 in the 2nd round as well. So we got some picks to work with here, and we're hoping to take a couple players at least in this draft. So let's see who goes off the board in these first couple picks. So there goes that quarterback. We were not going to pick him. There's another quarterback out there we were looking to take. He's projected a late 1st round talent, but I might draft him in the mid first round or sometime before that, just in case somebody decides to take him. Jared Prather, looking like a decent prospect. And then on the D line, we're looking to draft either Landon Kirkland, or we're either looking to draft either an end or something. Not really too sure what I'm going to try and draft here, but I might try and pick one of these players up in here and see how we're rolling with here. So we're going to go, he's a late first round. We are going to go with Leighton Oliver, a right end out of LSU. He's an early first round talent, had a decent combine, has decent stats. He's going to be a 79 overall with normal development. He's ranked number 3, and we drafted him at number 3, so he's a decent prospect. Let's go ahead and skip to our next picks here, and there goes Kirkland. So we're going to trade this pick away to the Bears. Let's see what we got rolling with here with our next couple picks. And we're going to trade this one away as well to, let's go with the Raiders. So hopefully our quarterback does not go early, because I'm hoping to select him in the bottom or the middle part of the draft here. And we're going to go ahead and trade this pick with the 49ers, the 3rd overall pick next year. So we got the 14th. I'm hoping to be able to trade this pick and then hopefully select him. We'll see what happens here. I'm going to risk it. I'm going to risk trading this pick. I'm going to trade it to the Vikings. And of course, actually, I cannot trade it. So we're actually going to pick him up here. Making our pick here. Hopefully this quarterback's a decent prospect. Jared Prather out of Penn State. Let's see how he is. 78 with Superstar. Yes. Thank God. Finally got ourselves a quarterback. Granted, it is in year 4, but oh my God. Thank the Lord. Finally got our quarterback, and now we can skip ahead and maybe pick up another defensive lineman and see what we're rolling with. So here we're going to take a shot with Gordon Hope here, a left end out of Notre Dame. Pretty good top 3 skills, decent combine. I wouldn't say it was a great combine. And he's a 79 with Superstar. He's ranked number 4. We drafted him at 19. Very good player here. He will definitely be starting for sure, and I'm going to have to move around the D-line a little bit. But that's going to be it for the draft here. I'm going to go ahead and trade away the rest of my picks, and I'll see you guys into season number 4. So I'm actually going to trade away Cody Kessler here for a 2nd round pick from the Jets. And of course it can't be traded. Never mind. They declined the trade. Jamar Taylor's got some trade offers as well. They're offering a future 2nd and a 7th. I'm going to probably pass on that. Yeah, I'm going to pass on that. But here's a team after upgrading XP wise. Prather's going to be our starter. Team is very, very similar, of course. And this will probably be the team heading into the final season as well. So, yeah. So really don't expect too many changes here. Just got to make sure that Prather is the starter, and that we're good to go. So let's go ahead and sim to the mid-season mark, and I will see you guys then. Finally, thank God, at the mid-season mark we are 6-1. This is what we need to see. This team is doing very, very well, and we're gonna go ahead and sim to the playoffs, and we better make it this year. I swear, if we choke somehow, I'm gonna be pissed. Here we are at the end of season number 4, and we finally made the playoffs, and we finished 12-4, winning the division. Thank the Lord. This is gonna be my final year no matter what. And here on the offense, oh boy, he definitely won Rookie of the Year. Let's check out the stats here. Jared Prather, 4,000 yards, 35 touchdowns, 17 picks. Rushing. Gant Reeves, 1,400 yards and 12 touchdowns. Receiving, Antonio Brown over 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns. Odell Beckham over 1,000 yards and 12 touchdowns as well. Blocking. Sacks are down this year. Defense. Christian Kirksey led our team in tackles, 108. Brandon Marshall, 108 as well. 13 tackles for loss for Khalil Mack and 11 for Sheldon Richardson. QB sacks, 12.5 for Khalil Mack, 10.5 for Jamie Collins. And interceptions, 10 for Chris Harris. Oh my God. Is that defensive player of the year? Holy crap. Forced fumbles, 1 from a handful of players. Fumble recoveries, 3 total. And defensive touchdowns. Chris Harris didn't even get a single one. Holy crap. Here we're checking out awards here. Alex Smith wins MVP. Jared Prather at number 10. Coach of the Year goes to Demetrius Turner. And Hugh Jackson at number 5. AFC Offense Player of the Year goes to Giovanni Bernard. And Jared Prather at number 9. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Joey Bosa. Chris Harris at number 8. Khalil Mack at number 10. Offensive Player of the Year, of course, goes to Jared Prather. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Cedric Dunlap of the Bengals. Wow, what a year. So, we're going to go ahead and upgrade Prather with 46k XP on him. And that'll definitely help out his overall and for the playoffs here. Prather's up to an 87 overall. That's a huge increase from Cody Kessler. And we are ready to rock the playoffs here. Let's go ahead and send to the divisional rounds since we had a first round bye. And who are we going to play? We're going to play the 10-6 Pittsburgh Steelers. So let's go ahead and head into the game, and I'll see you guys in the game. Forgot to mention we are an 87 overall, and they're an 87 overall as well. So let's head into the game. Here we are rocking full 15-minute quarters here. It's 3-0 at the end of the first quarter. We're going to jump ahead. Whoops, I meant to go to the next quarter. It's 7-3 Pittsburgh. Let's see, 10-7 now here in the second quarter. Now 13-7 here. We are trying to just drive down the field and score as many points as possible. Here we are in the third quarter, 13-7 Pittsburgh scores. They're driving down. They're about ready to score again. And they do. We go down and score 20-17. It's now 24-20, 27-20, 31-27. We lose. Are you kidding me? You gotta be joking. This game is such a joke. There's no way we should have lost. Anyway, that's gonna do for the rebuild, guys. Very, very depressing on how this turned out. If you guys enjoyed this rebuild, leave a like on the video below. Also comment on which team I should do next, and also do not forget to subscribe. Once again, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.